All right, listen, check this idea out. Airbnb, but for truck parking. That's right, it exists. It's an app out now called Truck Parking Club, and I'm gonna be talking about it today. When I first heard about this app, I thought it had some real potential. And so I downloaded it, got it installed, and gave it a shot. So the other day I was down in Florida, down by Tampa, taking a 34-hour reset. And I'm like, you know what, might as well pick one of these new spots out, give it a shot. It's always good to expand the options that are available to us when we're looking for a place to shut down. So I got one right by Clearwater Beach. It wasn't too far away. I was able to drop my trailer and bobtail down and swim in the ocean and see the beach. But I wanted to talk about this app and some of the aspects of it. So for me, it was $27 to park for one night. You know, they have hourly rates, daily rates, monthly rates, depending on the location and the customer. From what I've seen, it was so if someone has some space they want to make a little money with, they can put this on their app and start making some money off of trucks being able to park there. Now, I was thinking about this, and I think that some truck drivers might not like the cost of it, but I think it is one of the solutions for the truck parking problem, because there is like peak seasons and there's often surge. You know, the way freight moves, and different regions of the country have different freight patterns, and so different times a year they'll be just swamped with trucks, and then other times a year there'll be, you know, parking everywhere. So this is something to consider, because I think a lot of times truck drivers want something for free, right? And I don't expect anybody to, you know, do something for me for free, especially if they're going to maintain the facility. You know, I know truck drivers, I think they'll be more inclined to keep a private property clean than I see truck drivers throwing litter out and stuff like that. I don't think they'll be as quick to litter when it comes down to, you know, having their number linked to that property to see if there's any trash or if there's any damage too. Speaking of damage, I think that one of the things to consider is that often these are not what you think of as official truck parking spots. So sometimes they're hard to get into, and I can see a rookie driver struggling to get into a lot of these places and maybe even maneuver the equipment around. That's something to consider. I don't know what kind of standards that these guys have when they're approving people to use their property on these apps, but they should definitely be on the lookout for things like, you know, maybe even difficulty to get to. That would be something nice, or even driver feedback. This is, I didn't know if I've seen it, but it would be great if I could you know, read driver reviews and other insight on the app as well, kind of like how Trucker Path does, because that's one of the ones I use quite frequently to find a spot to shut down. And so yeah, I don't mind paying for parking as long as, you know, I'm able to guarantee a spot, especially when it comes to my convenience. Most often I try to get a spot as close to my customer. That way, you know, if I'm fighting morning rush hour, I could, you know, minimize that time sitting in traffic. And so I'll take it every time, you know, boom, write that off. You know, that's another business expense. So that's a write-off right there. But overall, I think it's a great idea. I think that I'm eager to see more people use it, because supply and demand, the more places that we have, the lower the rates are going to go, because they're going to be trying to attract drivers into it. So, well, you get on the app right now and it's probably, you know, some places might be a little bit expensive. It's going to come down the more people that use the app. So I'm glad it's out there, and I'm really grateful for the place that I went. The owner, I think he had like a tow company or something like that, and in the back of his lot, it was a secured lot. I paid in the app. They gave me a code, so I was able to access the. They gave me a code, so I was able to access the gate, and then I was able to park off in the side with other semis that were in there as well. So yeah, definitely I was really grateful for the owner to, you know, open up his property like that to us truck drivers. That way if we needed a spot or just out of convenience, it was another option. So good things are happening in the trucking world. I'm glad people are using, you know, these apps to innovate and expand and really get out there with the peer-to-peer networking essentially. But that's it for this video. Thanks for sticking around and watching it this long. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.